much. Hello, this is Edward Sullivan. This is my first podcast, and I hope it goes well. It might not go well, but we'll just see how it goes when we continue. Today's topic is Japan's aging population and how it is affecting its economy. Now, Japan is in a very unusual situation nowadays. It is experiencing what is called a aging population, which according to Wikipedia means an increasing median age and population due to declining fertility rates and rising life expectancy. According to an article titled Japan's Age Wave: Challenges and Solutions by David Bloom, Paige Kirby, J.P. Sevilla, and Andrew Stawatz, it reads, quote, "The country now boasts one of the longest ever recorded life expectancies of 84 years old, and it also has the highest elderly population worldwide at 27%. Now, one possible explanation for this my own explanation is that Japan is well known for having some of the healthiest foods in the world. One of these foods is called akare, which contains potatoes, onions, and carrots, which, a little fun fact, all Western imports that became common in Japan after the Meiji Restoration. And also, Japan likes to advocate this to young children, which could be shown through something called the Nutrition Through Eating campaign, which attempts to spread a wide range of knowledge of food, nutrition, and public health via healthy eating and cooking education for Japanese children. This was referenced in a reading called Multi-Ethnic Japan by John Lai. Now, how does this all happen? Well, according to an article titled The Economic Challenge of Japan's Aging Crisis by Simran Walia, it reads that one aspect is the increase in proportion of the elderly in the total population. Another aspect is the slower growth of the population arising directly from the declining fertility rate. The former affects Japanese economic performance by increasing the social security burden and benefits. The latter has had a direct impact on economic growth by reducing the labor force, which is a major factor in production. Some effects that this has had on the economy is that it increases the age of the retirement age, which is referenced in an article named "How Does Japan's Aging Society Affect Its Economy?" again by Simran Walia, which says that since 2000, the study by the UN Population Division released in 2000 found that Japan would need to raise its retirement age to 77 to maintain its worker-to-retiree ratio. And in another article named "Japan's Population Problem is Straining Its Economy, the World is Watching for a Solution" by Yuko Takeo and Hannah Dormido, it reads that more than 80% of towns that replied to an agricultural ministry survey last year said that they need to take steps to help residents who find it difficult to obtain groceries, while almost all citing aging as a reason. What this says to me is that more people are working later into their lives, more than you'd usually see, which can in turn lead them to not spending much time with their families, which could lead to less births, which could explain the declining fertility rate in Japan. Now, a couple of solutions that I have found. One can be found in the Japan Age Wave article I mentioned earlier, which states that the Japanese government is considering raising the mandatory retirement age from civil servants from 60 to 65, and also supporting private companies that retain retiree age staff, which would help diminish the widening gap between life expectancy and the time at which individuals may exit the workforce. And in another article titled, These Countries Are Most Ready to Deal with Aging Populations by Pang Zi-Young and Yvonne Arivagalan, says that in 2000, Japan implemented a comprehensive long-term care insurance known as one of the most generous and comprehensive health insurance in the world. It pays for professionally designed and government-approved care plans that offer the elderly a choice of different care models, such as living in assisted care facilities, home care, and assistance with grocery shopping. And one solution that could help the younger generation can be seen in a reading nickname named Cat Cafes, Effective Labor and the Healing Boom in Japan by Lorraine Pordier. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. I'm not, possibly foreign name, I'm not good with them. It says, in a recent book on the history of the cafe and coffee drink in Japan, Mary White explains how cafe in urban Japan can serve as public spaces that offer a sense of private refuge for patrons to seek sensory relief and perhaps autonomy from the stresses of everyday life, whether at work or at home. So that last part really speaks to me because it seems like they're trying to find ways to help the younger generation feel less stressed, and that in turn could lead to more productive work, while also possibly increasing the number of people wanting to have kids and may have families. Now, in my opinion, this just boils down to from what I see, people in Japan like to work for longer, which could help them get more money, but in turn, it could probably take a very heavy toll on their mental health. And I agree with the solutions that I have seen, not in just the little script I've written up, but also just researching the topic. So with that being said, I thank you for attending my podcast. I hope you have a good day. See you soon.